You want to stop playing video games? I'm going to tell you how. So video games are amazingly fun, and there's a billion-dollar, multi-billion-dollar industry that's worth more than the movie industry that wants to addict you to playing their games. So they got psychologists in there working on intermittent reward. They got the musicians in there working on great scores and lots of jingling sounds in the tone of C, like a slot machine. And they've got great marketing, and they've got scantily clad women, everything that you can think of to addict you to playing their game. And if they can't design new levels and think of, new cool things for you to do, new game mechanics or characters, well, they'll just make you grind. You've got to do the same map over and over again and beat a certain time or beat your old time or whatever the tricks are that they use. So it's you versus this multi-billion-dollar industry that has a lot of experience addicting people very similar to you, right? So you got to use every trick in the book. So what are the tricks that they use? Well, one is social. They want your friends to know you're playing, and they want you to tell your friends that you're playing. So how do you break that? How do you reverse it? You don't tell your friends what games you play, right? You don't add all your friends. Then you're less likely to be reminded and get back into a bad habit, right? 2, they want you to become a member, to sign up, to be reminded, to have to log in every once in a while to maintain some status, right? To broadcast your, quote, trophies, which they're basically trophies of failure, right? You're not going to, in a year, you're not going to play that game ever again, and you will have grinded out and spent thousands of hours or hundreds of hours obtaining goals and, quote, trophies that you'll never care about, right? Well, how do you do the inverse of that? Don't tie your game account to all your media accounts. Don't have all these constant reminders telling you that you should be spending your time on their game and not doing anything else, right? Not going to the gym, not meeting girls, not, calling your grandmother, calling your mom, like nothing that you would create a lifetime of good relationships with. They want your money, and they want your time, and they want your attention. They measure it in minutes, right? So, trick 1, don't do the social stuff. Trick 2, see grinding for what it is, right? It's bad content. It's the lowest quality content possible. Or those pay-to-play casual games that get you to pay to stop being irritated, like Clash of Clans. Horrible, totally horrible game, right? If people knew that they would enter the lottery of spending thousands or hundreds of dollars if they could afford it on such a game, they would never start. But they get you in that door and they get you hooked, right? So don't get hooked. Understand that you are going to lose against these multi-billion-dollar companies who spend all day, every day, figuring out how to separate your time from you and your money from you for their gain. What else can you do? You can remove the distraction from your computer, right? So if you're using a computer, if you're using a PS4, Xbox One, whatever you're using, delete the games. And deleting them is not enough because you're a pretty smart guy. You'll probably figure out how to reinstall them, right? So you need to not only delete them, but shred them, change your password, change your email, change your phone number, change your accounts, permanently delete and destroy as much as you possibly can to make up for the concept that you are weak and that at some point you're going to want to redo these things. And once you've got this window, this tiny opening that you can jump through, where your desire for something else, for something more is strong enough, where you're willing to endure the pain of breaking that habit and, creating that door of opportunity. The more work that you do in this moment, the more work that you do to destroy and make harder for you to go and get back into the same pattern, the easier it's going to be for you to stay out of the pattern, right? So let's say you're a League of Legends addict. League of Legends, 16 gigs, 20 gigs, some number of gigs, right? Well, it takes a long time to download. Even if you've got a fast connection, it takes a long time to download. Buy a slower internet connection. Don't have an internet connection. Run out of hard drive space. Make sure you don't have any level 30 accounts. Delete all your accounts. Delete all your friends. Do every single thing that you can think of to make your life easier and to make it harder to go back into that thing which you're addicted to. It's like being a smoker. Well, are you more likely to smoke with cigarettes in the house or no cigarettes in the house? No cigarettes in the house, because you've got to perform effort to go and acquire this thing to then choose to do it, right? The same goes with gaming. Now, there's a saying that nature abhors a vacuum, and it's true. And what it means is that anytime you remove a habit, something else is going to fill that time and that space. And if the thing that fills that space doesn't meet the same needs at the same level as what you're replacing, well, you'll probably go back to your old habit, right? So for instance, if you're sitting on the internet and you ever find yourself typing in Reddit or typing in Twitter or typing in Facebook, and you don't know why you're doing it, you're just like, I'm so used to doing it, right? Oh, I'm slightly bored. Fill the space with social media. Oh, I'm slightly bored. Fill the space with gaming. Oh, I've got homework to do, or there's something I've been putting off. Fill that consciousness with some terrible thing that deletes your consciousness, that makes it go away. And living a life of diversion and distraction, avoiding those feelings of boredom or angst or regret or whatever it is that you're trying to avoid feeling, it's a terrible way to live life. A life led through greed and desire and passion is far better than a life led through distraction. And what can I do that'll make the pain go away, that I can just make my consciousness disappear? And it's a tragedy. And many, many thousands of, probably millions of, definitely millions of man hours of life are lost just trying to delete your own existence, your own consciousness, to consume it with the busy work of grinding or internet points or karma or whatever your thing is. Well, how do you break that habit? Same way. Make re-engaging harder to do, which gives you the opening, right? And now you've got to fill that opening with something better. You could make YouTube videos, right? YouTube's a thing. Doesn't cost anything, right? You could paint. You could make music. You could make new friends. You could see the world. You can learn to dance. You could learn to do anything, right? Or not learn at all. You could jerk off a lot. It might feel better and pay better rewards, though you may get sore one day, right? You definitely would get less monthly bills, well, depending on how you do it, I guess. So, step one, know that you're up against billion-dollar companies. Step two, remove the distraction. Delete and destroy as much as you can legally so that it's harder for you to get into the distraction. Jump through that window, that opening you have of free time, and consume it with other things, right? Learning, doing, seeing, working out, traveling, up better habits, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. You can make baby steps, right? Any step in the right direction is a step in the right direction. I assure you that you're not going to care about your 15,000 games and your super duper icon that you earned when you never play the game again and no one else plays it anymore because something new came out. What a waste of time. What a waste of life. Whereas there's other people that build things like evergreen content, which always has value, and they just enjoy the payoff for the rest of their life, right? If you build or learn or do a thing that has lasting value, you get to enjoy it for the rest of time. So what's another way that you could learn to enjoy not doing your old habit? You could focus on enjoying the pain, or focusing on doing something that usually sucks faster, right? Or putting whatever it is that you want to do absolutely first in your day. A lot of my clothes don't fit because I've been working out, and I found a program that I really liked that I kind of invented, which I'm happy about. And just your clothes don't fit anymore, right? Why was I able to break my old habits and like maintain consistency on a new workout program? Because I put it absolutely first thing in the day. It'll be the first thing I do. Sometimes you don't feel like doing it. Great. Sometimes you don't want to do it. Great. Sometimes you're hungover. All right. Maybe don't die on the bench, but things that you can do safely, do them, right? Whatever you put first as soon as you wake up, when you've got the maximum amount of willpower, is what you're most likely to get done because it doesn't get postponed, put off, missed. Oh, I ate too much. I don't feel like working out. Oh, my friends called me. I don't want to work out. Oh, I just ate some protein and, I don't want to feel bloated. Whatever your excuse is, right? Whatever you put first, you not only get done, but it also gives you the momentum and the good feeling to go through the rest of your day. When you start your day getting something done, it makes it so much easier to get more done through the rest of the day. And even if you don't get anything else done through the day, you still get to feel like a winner the whole time. It's called Eat the Frog. Long story. It's a Mark Twain quote. So, if you've got to do 10 things and one of them is eat a live frog, eat the live frog first so that you don't have to live in regret and pain while you're doing all the other things. It's kind of similar to the coward dies 1,000 deaths. It basically means get it over with, and it really does work. I'm living proof. So you're up against billion-dollar companies. Remove the distractions, open the window of opportunity, insert new habits, put those habits first thing in the morning. And if you want to use the social tricks of joining a club, getting a coach, joining a group, having a team, you'll do a lot more for your team and for your coach and for your group than you'll do for yourself. You're much more likely to screw up silently without anyone watching than you are when you're on a stage or when other people rely on you, because then you have the social benefits of being a good teammate, a good partner, or a good student.